What is up, watch friends? Welcome to another episode of Talking Timepieces with Tony. I'm Tony, and you know what day it is today? It is Friday. It's the Q&A. So for those of you who don't know, or new subscribers or whatever, every Friday we do the Q&A. So all you got to do if you want to participate in the Q&A is just leave your question in the comments below, and it'll be featured on the Q&A, upcoming Q&A. It's pretty simple. Question in the comments, and there you have it. You can also follow me on Instagram, same tagline or handle, whatever you call it, Talking Timepieces with Tony. But don't ask your question there. I'm not, most likely won't read it or get it and whatever. So just in the comments below. Today I am wearing my Nomos Tangente 37.5 millimeter limited edition watch. I had an orange one. I gave it away. I don't usually, two things I give away the most are guitars and watches. I've given away so many guitars over the years and several watches, and so don't ask for one. I'm not going to give you one, but and I don't. The reason why you guys don't know that is because I don't talk about it. But sometimes someone likes something, and I just hand it to them. I go, here, man. They might get more enjoyment than I do. So that being said, got a new package as well. Not going to unbox it today. Well, I will, but not in the camera. It's from Finks Jewelers in Nashville. I'm going to do a video on it. So anyway, let's roll the intro and we'll get into the Q&A. Alrighty, so the first question comes from John Prosser, 50. John Prosser, 50. Hi, Tony, mate. Currently wearing my new GMT Master 2 Sprite. Being left-handed, I'm loving it. Congratulations, that's a great watch, man. Is there a brand you've tried on and was disappointed? I tried the JLC Polaris and was underwhelmed as it was very dainty. Thank you for your great content. Thank you for watching my videos. The Polaris was dainty. Dude, what size wrists do you have, man? That watch is what, 41 millimeters? And your GMT Master 2 is a 40. So, well, either way. But yeah, there have been watches I've tried on that have completely done nothing for me. When Bindi used to sell Panerai, and for some reason, I've had this weird relationship with Panerai for years. It's like, okay, I got to get a Panerai. And then I just never did. I got to get a Panerai and just never did. And then finally, I had it in my head. I'm finally going to get a Panerai. I went down to Bindi, and the one I particularly wanted, and I can't remember which one it was. It might have been the radio mirror. Which one? I don't know. I tried it on. I didn't even buckle it up. I literally put it on, said no thank you, and I ended up buying something else. I don't know why. I'm not opposed to getting a Panerai eventually, maybe, but it has to fit me right, and it has to look good. It has to suit me, So there was that one, yeah. There's been others too, but that's the one that just comes to my head. And I have not done any research this week on this Q&A, so which I rarely do anyway. But all right. Otherwise, I would think more. Paco, did you settle down a little bit? Okay, this next one comes from Joe Giz 64. Hey Tony, great show. Thank you. I'm looking for a perpetual calendar without breaking the bank. What's your thoughts and suggestions on a value-oriented perpetual? That's a tough one, dude. You have to be really careful with perpetual calendars, right? First and foremost, I would buy it new. I wouldn't buy it pre-owned unless you've got a good warranty on it. Keep in mind, something goes wrong with that watch, the expense of repairing it is going to be... I would also invest in a watch winder. You're talking about a perpetual calendar. You're not even talking an annual calendar. And even with an annual calendar, I would get a watch winder. If you go with a regular, like a triple calendar, that's another thing. But you're talking perpetual calendar. And I'm not going to go budget on a perpetual calendar, man. You're just asking for trouble. So, and I don't know what your budget is, what breaks the bank. For some people may not break the bank for others, and what may be expensive for others is not for you know what I mean? So I kind of have three in mind, and I'll just, start with what did I think the Baume & Mercier Clifton Baumatic Perpetual calendar. That's a pretty decent one. 25,000 bucks. Baume & Mercier, they don't get a lot of love in the watch world, but so what? It's a great watch. They're reliable. They're accurate. They're good watches. So you got that one at 25K. If you want to step it down, I wouldn't buy this one because I think it's ugly, but it's $10,000, and that was the Frederic Constant High Life. Um, it just, I don't know. It looks doesn't do it for me. You know what I mean? It just doesn't do it for me. But you're looking at 10 grand. That's like the limit on that, man. But the one I would buy, absolutely hands down, would be the JLC Master Thin, master control. What JLC Master? I didn't. It's the Perpetual calendar, and it's at $28,000 You can't. JLC or the watchmaker's watchmaker. They're known for their movements. You know what I mean? So again, I don't know what your bank account will allow you to buy, but that's where I'm at with that. And I could probably do more research and look into it a little bit more. But that's, like I say, don't skimp out on something like that. You know what I mean? It's like going online and going, what's the cheapest Porsche I can buy? I want a 911, but I want a really cheap one. You're just asking for trouble. And breaks down, you're forked. Thanks for your question, dude. This one comes from TJS1189. I used to only think of my Omega as a luxury watch, but the more I think about it, I think any watch you have the good fortune to, any watch you have the good fortune to buy and wear and enjoy is true definition of luxury. Any thoughts on this? Sometimes I feel like the luckiest man alive when I take stock and look at the life I get to live, and wearing a Hamilton feels like real luxury through that lens. It makes me appreciate what I have the way it should be appreciated. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I mean, I've been homeless twice, and so the way I look at it is, I have a roof over my head. That's a luxury. I get to eat every day. That's a luxury. I get water. That's a luxury. I have a lot of things that I think of as a luxury that a lot of people don't get to have. You know what I mean? If you want to go that extreme, you know what I mean? But when you're talking about luxury items, it's, Hamilton's not a luxury item, so to speak. It's a luxury that you can afford one, and it's great that you have the life you lead that you say is so great, and that's awesome for you, man, and congratulations. But when we're talking luxury watches, we don't, the whole thing of it is not going, oh my gosh, I was able to buy a vacuum cleaner. That's a luxury when I was initially using a brush to clean whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So while I appreciate everything that I have and I don't take any of it for granted, I understand where you're coming from. But, and you have a great attitude. You know what I mean? I love that attitude. I think it lacks seriously in most people. So keep the attitude up, think positive, and good things will come, hopefully, right? But in the grand scheme of things, no, I don't. I mean, when I'm talking luxury watches, we're talking luxury watches. So, but I appreciate your comment there. Have a good one, dude. David Parrish Productions 5. Oh, David, what's up, man? How are you? Happy Friday. Tony, if you could do it all over, what watch would you wear in high school, starting out in your own, rocker, heyday, and now? You got some questions, man. That's if I was in high school, I mean, I wouldn't want to be in high school now, man. I wouldn't. I've had I've had an interesting life, man. I don't, in a weird sort of sense, I don't know if I'd want to change it. Maybe a couple things here and there, but I definitely wouldn't want to be in high school. And if I was in high school now, I would have to resort back to sort of how I would feel if I was in high school then, and I would probably wear a Swatch. Maybe something like that, or a department store watch, because I don't know, I think starting off real young with something so nice is just, you don't learn to appreciate things down the road. You know what I mean? Starting out on my own, that would go back to high school, because I was literally on my own at age 15. I was out of my house at age 15. So I was on my own. I got a job working at a factory. And delivering newspapers as well. So that's what I was doing. And so I guess that same thing would apply, maybe a Hamilton. My rocker heyday, you're talking about a Rolex for sure. I had a Datejust, and I had a Tag Heuer. think I had a Cartier. I did, yeah. So probably be along the same lines, except not the tag. And now you see what I wear now. So I mean, right now I'm wearing the Nomos. So that's what I'd be doing. Always love your questions, David. They're unique. They're different. So I appreciate that. Ristopia 4101. What am I wearing? Looks down at desk to pick something up. Interesting. Ha. It's Saturday morning. Q&A for us Brits. Okay, so you guys watch obviously the next day because you're 8 hours ahead, 9 hours ahead. It's Saturday morning, so dressing gown currently leads to a good question. Should you wear a watch to bed? Do I? Yes. Did I? No. Should you? I had for a long time. I would have a Luminox watch on the side of my bed. They have the gas tritium tubes, and the watches just like all of a sudden would stop working, and like they were like broken. The movements just for some reason died. It was the weirdest thing. I just have bad luck with Luminox. So then I just decided to start wearing a watch, which leads me to show you what I wear because it's an automatic watch. I use the Timex. This is the Expedition North in titanium. So what I do is I wear this when I go to bed. I hit the flashlight and I lume it up for about a minute or so. And then this lume lasts all through the night. So when I wake up in the middle of the night, use the restroom or whatever, then I can see what time it is. I get up in the morning and I take a shower with this watch. Once I take a shower and get dressed, I take this watch off and I put on whatever watch I'm going to wear for the day. This watch, being a Timex, it is automatic. It has a Miata movement and it's got sapphire crystal both sides. This watch has taken a lot of showers and it doesn't fog up or steam up. It's a great watch. That's what I wear. Should you wear one to bed? I don't care. Should you or should you not? Or is it sacrilegious? I don't give a shit. I never followed the rules anyway. So that's what I do. But thanks for your question, Ristopia, as always. Isn't that what that dude says, Chisholm Hunter? I am so-and-so, as always. Whatever. All right. Redondo_Dom. Tony, what do you think about the FP Journe Elegante? To me, that's the best luxury quartz. All right. FP Journe. I did the top 5 luxury quartz watches. And I did not include the FP Journe. That was not because I didn't want to. It's because it completely didn't even enter my mindset. I don't talk about FP Journe all that much. I think they're beautiful watches in general. And the Elegante, yes, is amazing. Okay, so what I know about the FP Journe Elegante is it looks beautiful. It's a tonneau shaped case. And it has this really cool feature that, you can wear it. And if you stop wearing it for about 30 minutes or so, the watch will completely stop. And then you can pick it up, say, an hour later, and it goes to the time that it should be, and it starts running again. You can take that watch off, it'll stop, put it in a drawer for a few years, take it out, and the watch will know exactly what time it is. It's pretty interesting, and it's pretty freaking cool. If I could get one, I probably would. But again, I wouldn't go on the secondary to buy it. I'd have to get one straight from FP Journe, that is. So yes, I think it's an amazing watch. I think he's an awesome watchmaker. I think he's ahead of his time by far. Yes, so I do like the Elegante. So that was just an oversight on my part, Thanks for your question, dude. This is from Vehan. Do I always say your name wrong, dude? Vehan S. Happy Friday, Tony. I'm rocking my Milgauss black dial green crystal today. Right on, dude. Great video as always. Thank you. I love that you were wearing your Vacheron. I remember my Movado was my first luxury watch. Awesome that you still have yours. If you happen to have it laying around one of these days, give it a quick show on the Q&A. We'd love to see it. Well, it just so happens you're not the only one who said that. I think I have another question about that. Here it is. This particular one is not running because I don't have a battery in it. I mean, the battery stopped working years ago. I'm hoping that even if I replace the battery, I'm hoping that the movement will still work. It's on a green alligator strap. I just happened to put on it. But this is the one I got. This one actually is not my original one. This one I bought in 2007. I think June or July of 2007, and it was to commemorate something that I did. And the one I had previously to this one, I don't have it anymore. And that's the one I did have in the 90s for a long time. I can't remember what happened to that watch. But this was like, oh my God, they came out with the stainless look color, not the gold. And I wanted to maintain my Movado thing because even in 2007, I still loved Movados and they were still considered luxury. So there it is. No battery, but there it is. Thanks, dude, for your question. This next one is from Danny_Malou. Hey, Tony, I'm wearing my Rolex GMT Master 2 BLNR. All right. Interested in the IWC Pilot Chronograph Top Gun models in ceramic and ceratanium. What do you think about them, and what do you think about the ceratanium material? Greetings. You know what? I don't know a whole lot about those watches, and I don't really like them all that much. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't spend the money on it. I think the what's the one, the Mojave Desert looking one is pretty cool. The Ceratanium is not anything I'd heard of really, so I don't know anything about it, so I can't really comment on it. You know what I mean? But if you like the watch, I don't think it's a bad watch, and I don't know what size they are, but they look pretty big and probably be too big for me. So if you're thinking about getting one, do it. Do it. Thanks for your question, man. This comes from PQ19476. Tony, thanks. I'm thinking the Rolex for my son. I got it. Oh, that's when you asked me about giving away one of your watches. Question. Here you have a question. Does the Air King get too much of a bad rap being the ugly child of the Rolex collection? I know you turned it down, but it seems like a cool winter watch for those bigger cuff jean jackets and overshirts. What are your thoughts? I turned it down twice. I don't know about getting a bad rap. I've not really seen any videos of people going, oh my God, this Air King sucks, you know? But then again, I don't see too many watch videos anymore at all. It seems like everyone's just dropped off, you know? I mean, you got some of the YouTubers, the one guy that has his imaginary friends, the guy's like 60 something years old and he's got an imaginary friend that has two different names. And you know, again, I've watched some of his videos. I don't get it, but whatever. And then there's another British guy who's just angry all the time because, you know, what am I going off on a rant here? But I haven't seen anything about the Rolex Air King. You know, I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day too. Like, you know, I actually kind of like it. Do I like it? I don't know if I do. You know, that's the weird thing. I don't think it gets a bad rap. I just don't think it's popular. Although I do like it better than the Milgauss. That's just me. So I don't know. Maybe I have to try another one on. Thanks for your question, dude. This one's from 458V8. Tony, great video today. Thanks. I always appreciate that. Interesting information. Hi, Paco and Uku. I don't know where they are, but thank you for saying hi to them. Our three orange brothers, Argos, Atlas, and Xanto, say hi. Hi, Argos, Atlas, and Xanto. My question is, what do you think of the PP607G? Thanks, Tony. You rock. The PP Patek Philippe 607G. 607G. That's the Calatrava G, white gold. 607G. Calatrava. That's the one that looks kind of like the Hamilton. They come in three different colors. There's like a blue one, a yellow one, and a red one. Yes, I do like that watch. I like it because it's so understated, you know? It's a sport watch. You could wear that fucking thing in the middle of freaking, you know, whatever city you live in. No one's really going to look twice at it, man. I love the fact that it's understated like that. And I hope I'm talking about the same one, man. But I think I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm going through the Calatravas in my head, and that's the only one I can think it would be. Because for a minute I was thinking of the 5226, but it's not the 5226. But it's great, man. I love that watch. I'd pick one up. I'd probably get the blue one if anything, since I guess I already have a yellow Nomos. You know. Anyway, if you're getting one, shoot, right on, go for it. let us know. By the way, what are you guys wearing? I got to ask you guys that too. We're already 17 minutes in, so most of you aren't watching anymore. So, okay. So the next one comes from Baron underscore Red. Tony, the Peanut Gallery wants to see the Movado. Can you wear it next Friday? Ah, there was the other Movado one. So you just saw it. All right. Evander Holyfield's left ear. Awesome name, dude. Hello, Tony. Love the channel. Question. I recently purchased a brand new old stock Tudor Grand Tour 20340W 2009/2010 from my local AD. Scoured the internet, but could barely find anything about the watch itself. But I posted a thread on Reddit, and in case you wanted to take a look, just search the name. The AD told me that this specific model was produced primarily for the Middle East and Asia markets. My guess is they barely sold any, and I've not been able to find a single model that's identical to the one I got. I found some with leather straps, but none with the stainless steel bracelet. What do you think of this watch? I feel like the watch is rare enough to one day be a collectible item, and I got it as a full set brand new with stickers, original box, and papers. I know it's odd looking, but I'm curious, if you were in my position, what would you do? Would you wear the watch or keep it tucked away as a safe queen? Thanks. I don't know the watch, dude. I'm sorry, and I didn't have time to look. In fact, yeah, I just didn't. So I don't even know what you're talking about as far as what that looks like. Do I think it would ever be a collectible item? That's so hard to say. It's like pick any car and say, that's going to be a classic. You know what I mean? I doubt it, but it could. I don't know. Would I keep it in the safe, locked away? No, I would wear it, dude. I mean, I would buy, if I was looking for it and that's the watch I really wanted, then I would wear it. Simple as that. I mean, you got it on a bracelet, I guess. Maybe find another strap so the bracelet's perfect. But yeah, just be careful when you're wearing it, and if you feel that you want to one day put it in a safe, by all means do so, but at least enjoy it. Don't buy a watch just to sit in a safe. That's stupid. That's my opinion, though. But good luck. So everyone, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.